guys, welcome back to another episode of Cooking at Home. And yes, this is episode 2 of our very special Thanksgiving episode, so welcome back. Today we're keeping it simple yet again with some mashed potatoes, but these ain't your everyday average mashed potatoes. These are a little bit different because we're adding some garlic, we're adding some sour cream, we're adding a good chunk of butter and a few other ingredients. So guys, stick around, it should be nice and quick and delicious, and hopefully you guys will have a chance to make this at home as well. Now guys, if you're enjoying any of the content on the channel, feel free to hit that like, subscribe, or that little dinner bell thingy so you know when the next video hits the old YouTube universe. Because as you know, we are going to be doing a lot of these videos for Thanksgiving. There's about 8 or 9 lined up, so you'll want to see them when they come out. Now guys, mashed potatoes is obviously really simple, but we're still going to walk you through the ingredients. But of course, before that, B-roll. So with that done, let's get to the ingredients, and of course we're going to want to start off with potatoes. A lot of potatoes, like this many potatoes, but the potatoes we're going to use, guys, is going to be russet potato and not red or white. Grab a russet, they're the best for this. Now next, guys, you're going to want to grab yourself some butter. Now I'm going to use a stick of butter here. You could use a little bit more or a little bit less. This is going to go directly into our mash because we are using so many potatoes. Now into that butter is going to go some of our garlic, guys, so grab yourself some fresh cloves of garlic. You want about 2 or 3 cloves per pound. Next, you're going to go ahead and grab yourself a half a cup of sour cream. Now you could replace this with some yogurt if you'd like, guys, but I again would recommend sour cream if you can use it, and also use it at full fat. Now you'll add 1 to 2 cups of milk depending on the consistency that you like. In my case, guys, I use about 1.5 cups of 2% milk. Naturally, you're going to want to season that with some salt and of course some freshly ground black pepper. And perhaps unsurprisingly, that is all the ingredients that we need for this recipe, guys. Of course, it is just mashed potatoes, which can be really simple and quite decadent. But anyways, with the ingredients out of the way, guys, let's get to the prep. So grab yourself a large mixing bowl, then go ahead and grab your most favoritist peeler, and then grab your first spud. And guys, you definitely want to peel these. I know some people think you can make mashed potatoes with the skins on. I never like the texture. I don't think it's very good. I think if you do smashed potatoes even, that's fine. But quite frankly, guys, we want some smooth consistency here. You can have a little bit of chunks, but go ahead and peel each and every last one of these. Now, of course, this is going to take a while, so we're going to go ahead and speed this up. But guys, by the end of this, you should have something that looks like this. Beautifully clean potatoes. Now, you can soak these in water if you want. In my case, guys, that's what I did off screen, but something that looks clean, ready to go. And we're going to cut these down into chunks. And there's no perfect size here, guys, but I generally recommend you just start by cutting this into quarters and then giving this a quick dice like so. And again, we have a lot of potatoes here, so we're going to kind of advance a bit here, and you should have a pile of potatoes that look delicious and ready for our mash. As I said, don't worry too much about the size of the cuts, guys. You're just looking for even-ish cuts because what we're going to be doing is boiling these, so it's not a big deal. Although if you have symmetry in the cuts, guys, it's going to be a little bit easier to cook. So go ahead and move this to the side before you grab your largest of pots. In this case, this one right here, which you're going to quickly realize is much too small for what we're doing here. So go ahead and grab yourself a larger pot or 2 pots. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and fill this with some water and get it on the boil. So as this is boiling, guys, we're going to go ahead and add some salt because we didn't do it at the start, but definitely you want some salted water. Once the salt is added, you're going to want to go ahead and give this a quick stir and let this get up to the boil. While our potatoes are boiling away, we're going to prep the rest of our ingredients, which naturally leads to our garlic. So go ahead and grab your garlic press, your garlic, and get smashing. Now you don't necessarily have to cut the ends off your garlic here, so continue to smash your garlic before you go ahead and grab your garlic press and open it expertly like so, there we go. All right, perfect. Place your smashed garlic in there and then give this a quick squeeze. Once you've done squeezing all your garlic, just go ahead and run the back of your knife along the press just to get the remainder, and you should be left with a nice pile of garlic that looks a little bit like this. Now, I do not recommend adding this garlic raw to your potatoes, so we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a small saucepan. which will be adding our garlic as well as about a half a stick of butter. To that, you'll be adding about 1 tablespoon of olive oil. This is just to keep the butter and the garlic from burning. Next, you'll season with sea salt before taking the pan and its contents to the stove on medium heat until the butter is melted and the garlic is aromatic. With our garlic butter in the works, it's time to drain our spuds. So go ahead and grab your nearest colander, put it in the sink, and then drain your potatoes. Now just be careful not to splash boiling water on yourself like I did, and yeah, safety first. In any case, with our potatoes drained, let's bring them to our workstation and we're going to go ahead and begin the mashing process. Now, one does not simply mash potatoes without butter, so we're going to go ahead and grab a half stick of butter and dump that in. We're then going to grab our 1 to 1.5 cups of milk and pour that in over top. Once our milk is added, we're going to then grab ourselves some of our sour cream, and I'd use about a half a cup of this. Now you can also replace this, as I said, with yogurt should you choose, and then we're gonna go ahead and season this with some salt. And when I say seasoning, guys, I mean season. I mean like 3 or 4 good pinches of salt. You have a lot of potatoes and it needs some help. Now you're gonna add some black pepper, or ideally, if you're worried about the color, guys, some white pepper if you have it kicking around. And finally, the moment of truth has come. It's time to mash. So grab your most mashiest of mashers and start mashing, because that's what we're gonna do here, guys. It's a lot of potatoes and you're gonna probably need a little bit more liquid. As you can tell, this is a bit dry, so as needed, guys, add more butter or milk. And when I say grab your milk, I mean grab your milk bag, because that's what we use here, milk bags. Get over it. Anyways, with our Canadian milk plug aside, let's keep mashing away at these potatoes, guys. Again, adding a bit more butter as needed. As you can see, these are a bit on the dry side, and just keep plugging away till you have a nice smooth consistency. Something that looks a little bit like this. As always, guys, I do recommend you taste, because sometimes seasoning is missing, like in this case where we needed a little bit more salt. Now with our seasoning corrected, I think we're almost done. We're just missing one little thing, and that is our garlic butter. So guys, yes, I know this is a lot of butter in here, but we do have a lot of potatoes, so go ahead and dump your garlic butter into the mix. Just making sure you do it slowly for effect. With the garlic introduced to our mashed potatoes, go ahead and give it a quick stir and continue mashing gently just to make sure you incorporate all that garlic. Then go ahead and give it a taste, and damn, that is good. So good, in fact, you will even be willing to share with your, well, director, we'll call her. Anyways, there isn't enough time to be nice because we got some plating to do, so go ahead and grab your serving dish and then begin to stack your spuds on high. Now, guys, as you can see, these are nice, wispy, light, and I guarantee you are delicious, but go ahead and stack them up there before we add a little bit of garnish. Just a little bit of parsley to make it look nice. So there you go, guys. There are perfect garlic mashed potatoes just in time for Thanksgiving. So guys, thank you so much for watching till the end. As always, thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it. We will see you in the next one.